around to doing the updated MagPlar video. It's a little bit delayed. The last one was not hitting quite as hard as this one. Made a few minor adjustments, but this is the Magicka Templar for PvE. So for gear, you notice I have a lot of stuff in purple instead of in gold. Golding it out will get you a little bit more damage, a little bit more sustained, but not a whole lot. But I do recommend trying to get everything golded out. But with most magic right now, I'm running double daggers, Nirnhound on the front bar, charged on the back bar with poison glyph on the Nirnhound, and a flame glyph on the charged. Those are both damage over time, enchant damages. So those will actually give you a little bit more damage output than the other glyphs will. On the back bar, you run it infused with your weapon damage glyph. Then you want to have that be a two-handed great sword, by the way, not an axe or other things. The great swords give you a little bit more damage output. Then for the monster set, you should be running Zon. It comes from Scalecaller Peak. You want to run both head and shoulders of that and divines with max mag glyphs on all of your armor. I'm running Reliquin on the body, just because I had it already golded out from another character and didn't want to put on Whirl. But you could run Whirl instead of Reliquin if you wanted to pair up with your pillar. But Reli is a little bit higher single target than Whirl of the Depths is, but Whirl is better in content generally because it has a little bit more cleave with its AoE proc from the 5-piece. But all the body pieces and divines with max mag glyphs. Then the jewelry, Pillar of Nirn with Bloodthirsty for the trait and spell damage glyphs on it. And that's all of the gear. For the food and potions, I like to run the Parse Food, the Ghastly Eye Bowl. Just gives you max mag and mag recovery because you don't really need the health anymore unless you're doing hard mode content. And then, of course, your Alliance spell droughts. That's basically the same as your essence of spell power. It gives you all the buffs that you need. So, into character, for the Mundus Stone, you're going to want to run the Thief. For skills, I'm running Blazing Spear Spammable. It seems to be hitting a lot harder than the Puncturing Sweeps I was using. Radiant Oppression, also known as the Jesus Beam. Power of the Light. Then I have Restoring Aura on there just because it gives you some bonuses to your stam, health, mag recovery, and other such things. I don't actually use the ability, I just have it on there for just the buff. Then you got Inner Light from the Mages Guild. I'm not running that for the Major Savagery and Prophecy it gives me. I'm just running it for the Max Magicka. Gives you 5% more max mag on your front bar. And then Dawnbreaker, because the passives from the Fighters Guild give you 3% more damage output when you have a Fighters Guild ability equipped. So I just have that on the front bar for a basic buff. Don't really use the Dawnbreaker very much. Unless it's like just trash ad pulls and just casting that one ability will knock him out and you don't have enough to do the Shooting Star. But Shooting Star on the back bar, that's going to be your main castable ultimate. It's there for use, not just for a buff. I got Inner Light on the back bar too, just so I don't drop my max mag when I swap bars. I've got the Circle of Protection on there just because I didn't really have anything else to put there, so I just kind of put that on there because, you know, why not? Breath of Life, just in case you need a oh shit heal at any point. I have it on the back bar just so I don't take up a spot I would want on the front bar. And then you got your Stampede and your Barb Trap. These are the only two abilities you're actually going to cast on the back bar using this build. This build is a really simple build, but it is pretty heavy on the mag sustain if you don't have a good team with you. In 12-man content, it's really easy to keep your resources up, but in 4-man and solo stuff, this build will be a little hard to sustain your Magicka pool unless you kill the stuff quick enough. For the champion points, pretty much the same as everything else as far as magic damage go. Going to be running Exploiter, Deadly Aim, Thaumaturge just because it's a Templar and you have a little bit more damage over time stuff going on. And then Wrathful Strikes. and that's going to be your CP setup. So now we're going to get into the parse here, a little DPS test, a little dummy hump. So I like to start off just by getting my potion going, let it get about half to 2/3 of the way through its cooldown before you start. That way you'll get your potion back a little bit quicker. But the most I've been able to hit with this build so far is right around 90k, which is high enough to do pretty much any vet content you want to do other than the hard modes and stuff like that. Alright, here we go. Make sure you're always getting those light attacks in, especially if you're running Reliquin. That's how you're going to get a lot of your damage output. Oop. A little bit of a lag there, that's okay though. So the trick to doing your rotations is to not get too excited and try to rush it, because if you cast your abilities too quickly, you'll catch ability lag like I've already done twice, and it'll end up canceling out the ability you're trying to cast, and it won't cast anything, including your light attacks. Sometimes those will fall off. So just be careful when you're doing that. It's a pretty basic rotation, as you can see. Really just do the same thing. I don't really like the static rotations. I prefer the, I don't really like dynamic rotations. I prefer the static ones like this, where it's just the exact same thing every single bar swap. No deviation at all. Alright, once you get under 50, you can start throwing one of your execute abilities in every once in a while until you get to 40. Now just start your execute. So, now since we're about to the end, I'm gonna go ahead and just use the Dawnbreaker. A little bit lower, but it's pretty close to the 90. I did make a few mistakes there, but it's not hard to get to that 90k mark if that's what you're looking to do. This isn't the best build in the game or anything, it's just a nice, really simple build to kind of get the feel of your Templar. You should probably throw in probably one more AoE or something on your back bar, but I don't really run Templars a whole lot, so I don't know what that would be. But 90k is still, nothing to gawk at. It's a pretty high number. But that is the Templar build. Hopefully it helps some of you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to leave comments in the comment section or find me on Xbox and ask me there. That'll be all for this build video, and I'll see you guys next time.